Letterman Rowe.
Ryan, just in a nutshell, it looked like Josh Proctor's play changed the game. I mean, caused the interception and obviously goes out, but was that exactly what y'all needed?
Yeah, I think so. There was a point there in the second half we put the defense in a tough spot. Two situations where Rutgers gets the ball in plus territory and defense hung in there. I thought that was really big again. But the pick six certainly opened things up.
Dan Hope, Letterman Rowe.
Ryan, the fake punt in the first half, just what went into that decision?
It was not a fake punt, and there was some miscommunication on that, and that can't happen.
Stephen Means, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, with Cade, just the status update on him. What when is not playing him today?
He was available, and could have played, but we just felt like it wasn't the right thing to do for him. You talk about one of the tougher guys that we've been around. At Ohio State, my time here, but he's going to say he can go, and it was a decision made to hold him back. We'll look forward to getting him back next week.
Bill Rabinowitz, The Dispatch.
Yeah, when the offense struggled after the first position, it's like the first half, the defense really stood up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you talked about this before. How instrumental is that defense? How much do you rely on them? Where would you be without them?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's it's a team game, but yeah, I mean, the first half just got tough, hanging in there. In some bad spots. And, those guys are playing hard across the board, and we were down a couple guys, and there's the front, and Tommy, and the Proc to make that play. I mean, he poured it up in there on that one. He didn't break stride, and Rutgers is physical. Coming off of their bye, they were fresh and ready to go, and they played hard. They played us hard. So we've had multiple weeks now. Penn State and then Wisconsin, and now these guys. These have been physical weeks, but our guys are playing hard. They're playing physical, and we're playing good football down the stretch. We're wearing teams down in the second half, but certainly we'd like to play better in the first half as a team.
Tony Girdman, Buckeye Huddle.
Ryan, the miscommunication with the fake punt. Can you expound further?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it right now. Maybe we can talk about it Tuesday. Let's
Cameron Teague.
regroup with everybody.
Sorry about that. Cameron Teague Robinson, The Athletic.
Ryan, you mentioned wearing people down in the second half. Is it as simple as that? I mean, you score on three, and you only get the ball 4 times. If you scored on 3 of those 4 drives, which end of the half, 4 drives you didn't score. Is it as simple as just wearing people down, or are there common mistakes you're seeing in that business?
No, I think that is a part of it. I think we are doing that, but I also think when you just look at the overall consistency, I think early on they were playing us in a too high shell. They dropped the safeties real deep and put clouds on both sides to take that part away, and so we kind of recognized that at halftime and realized we got to be patient enough to run the ball all the way down the field. And I think they're you have to ask Greg, but their philosophy is probably they're going to have patient enough to run the ball all the way down the field and take it, and take the receivers out of the game, which is sort of what happened. But then we also have to check the ball down and take some of the underneath stuff that Kyle ended up doing a little bit in the second half. I thought we could have recognized that and done a better job early on, but we did in the second half.
Rob Aller, Dispatch.
Sort of similar to that you've talked about all year, the slow start. Are you seeing anything? Is it just little mistakes here and there, not executing here and there? What do you see?
Well, I think we play against good defenses. It was good to get right down the field and get that touchdown to G early on. That was good. But then just a couple tough drives in there, and all it takes is to be off a little bit, and then you're punting. So and the run game takes time. You have to wear teams down with the run game. But we'll look at the film and keep swinging.
And Trev, yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah, when you get him to the second level, he's dangerous. And once he gets out in the open field, those are good to great fast. And I think the check down went for 60 some odd yards there. And so, like we said, he is a mismatch and a very explosive player.
Clay Hall, WSYX.
Yeah, you talked Proctor's play, and then Hancock 93 yards jets to the pick six. So that changed the entire complexion of the game, did it not?
No question. I think it just goes to show. I mean, the defense have shown that before, week after week. That, they're going to make you work the entire field and hang it in there, and so we're going to have to continue to do that. But we don't want to be putting them in those situations too many times.
But this could have gotten away. It was 4 stops, I think, inside the 10.
Yeah.
I mean, they got field goals, but.
Yep. Yeah, no, they're doing a great job. Give a lot of credit to Greg and and their staff. They're doing a good job. They're bringing in good players. And, but when you're playing on the road and you're playing, and at this point, you got to find a way to win the game. That's it. Win, And then, it was good to see us pull away a little bit down the stretch.
Austin Ward, the podcast.
Ryan, when you walked off the field, how would you have described the way you felt about this win, given all the things you described? Obviously, the injuries, a slow start. You don't want to see some of that stuff.
Sure.
And then you look up at the scoreboard and you won by 19 on the road against a team that had an off week.
Yeah.
With 6-2. Like, what did you think when you walked off the field?
Well, I feel like this team finds a way. They don't panic. They keep swinging. They keep fighting. And we've been in halftime of these games, and we've said we want to play better in the second half this year. That was a huge part of our offseason, and you're seeing that. And again, I keep saying we can play better in the first half, so we don't have to be in these situations. But the number one goal is to win games, and we're going to continue to do that. We have to take care of the ball on offense. I thought we had an opportunity in 2 minutes to kind of work the ball down the field there, and I thought Kyle made a nice read. It was actually the Will linebacker who made the play. We just got to get the ball up over that. That would have given us an opportunity to get some points, but again, I thought we did respond well in the second half. So we'll watch the film and keep growing and keep grinding on this thing. I mean, you're in the meat of it. So every time you go on the road, back-to-back weeks, physical weeks, you have to bring it. And it isn't just you're just going to roll your helmets out there and think you're going to win a game. It doesn't work that way. And I think our guys understand that.
And finishing, right?
Cleveland.com.
And finishing.
And finishing. You got to finish, yeah, exactly. Because you just never know how these games are going to go, and you got to be able to respond to whatever comes your way. So, and that's what championship teams do. They continue to week after week to have the stamina to find a way to win. And so, here we go on to week 10.
Nathan?
How long will your defense have to do this without Lathan and without Kinzo?
I don't have the answer to that. And I don't think we know the answer to that. So, we'll get back and reassess it.
Everett Merrill, Associated Press.
Ryan, the playoff rankings came out this week. How do you guys address it? Is this business as usual and downplay it and just kind of move on?
Yeah, because our goal is to be the number one team at the end of the year. And all it means is it's a good start. And we know we're going to take everybody's best shot. And we did again today. Again, give Rutgers a lot of credit. But no, it doesn't mean anything to us. It's great for the fans, but it just means we're off to a good start and beat some good teams to begin with. But that means absolutely nothing.
Pat Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
Ryan, last week you guys get Trey back. He has a big game. Marvin and Trey today. You get Emeka back out there. I know he doesn't put numbers. Are you starting to feel like this offense is coming together? Maybe not as explosive as you have been in the past as frequently, but the pieces are starting to be there.
Yeah, we didn't have Kate today, and that does matter. But I got to give G. Scott and Pat Gerd some credit for stepping in. And Kate has shouldered a lot of snaps here the last couple of years, and so for those guys to step up and play well, I think they played well. At least it seemed like it was good. But yeah, you'd like to see, again, early on, some better third down conversions. I think we might have been 0 for in the first half. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but then we ended up 6 of 12, so we must have been better in the second half.
Over 5 in the first half.
Is that what it was? Yeah, and that was a big part of it because we weren't finishing the drives, and third down is such a huge deal, and so we did do a better job on third down, and that made a difference. So situational football is critical, but yes, I think when for instance, in this game, we recognized that they were in a 2-eye shell. They were going to try to take away the outside. We had to run the football and be, patient enough to work the ball down the field on a couple of those drives, and that's what happened. But yeah, to answer your question, you're starting to see all that, get on the field together. Love to get Cade back so we can really be at full strength.
We're going to 2 and done quickly, and then we're going to go to the field. Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Ryan, Kyle started 11 of 11, and then I think he had a few different misses. How much do you think those drops affected him there late in drives, and then Rutgers goes down and get a field goal? How big were those drops, and do you have anything that attributes anything to those drops?
No, we're not used to seeing that. We have great receivers and have for the last year or last few years, and I thought, throw a better, catch it better is what we say. We can always look at each other and try to figure out a way to get that better, and but yeah, there was a couple there that if we connect on those, certainly it keeps those drives moving, and maybe it's a different situation. So again, we'll keep working at it and get it better.
Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
Ryan, on Kyle's interception,
Yeah.
with the linebacker made the play, was that where you wanted to go with the ball? Was it a case of needing more air, or just going to
Yeah, I had a good picture of it. It was a cover 2 look. We're high-low in the corner there, and I felt like the corner was low. I think he was going to Marvin, and the Will was in the window there, and we just got to put some more air on that. The ball came out flat, and I think that's where number 1 got his hands on and made the interception.
All right, guys, we got